am black coffee with curves of brown sugar, a spoon of chocolate. I am soul food, a wombed man, the rib of an African king. I am the golden crown of the cosmos. I am a full moon or a sunset. I am light, a spark. I am a flame, a bonfire. I am fireworks. How generations of exceptionally beautiful, talented, and patient people worked and worked and worked.
Welcome to Cullinan Television. Mo ka gae le hono mo lana go nna rena le baeng ba rena ba ile gore ke bangwadi ba dibuka re tlo hla dibuku tsa rena. We are going to discuss a lot about writing, authoring, and so many other things with regard to books. I guess if like no shekele came as aka Joedy from Sukukune in Limpopo ke na le kgaitse jaaka ka letso gonna go ja
Tama ma Africa borwa nna ka lebitso ke nna Karabo Ncube mroida masho the push package mapulaneng. And as my co-host said, we have guests who go by the name Tate Rudolph Isaac Munyele, who's the author of Your Choice Shapes Your Destiny, and Kalozong Lelingwe ke Ntantla Fortunate Ngele, author of A Diary of a Black Girl Child. And we're going to be asking them questions, wanting to know more about their journey in writing and in reading, their beliefs in education, love for the arts.
A concoction, a mixture of unexpected items. Monna wa borena ile wena Munyela o ke motho le gore o dirile dilo tse dintsi mo letong la gago la bongwadi. Jole be re rata gore mohlomongwe ka bonnyane a tla re botse ka buka ya gagwe ya setšogo a engwadile e le gore Your Choice Shapes Your Destiny. So ano re tlhalosetsa ka bonnyane gore ke ena mang le gore buka ya gago ra engwale go tlile jwang. Tate Munyela re a lemogela lenaneo la rena.
Ke a leboga ke a leboga sebaka se ke filweng sona. I'm Rudolph Isaac Munyela from Limpopo kwa Zaneng mo Mozaneng o ba re go ke Dewilosi. Lerato la ka la go ngwala dibuka le thomile ka 1994.
Yes.
Inspired by Mzwaki Mbule's poems and songs. So ke rile ge ke rata di-poem tša gagwe tša Mzwaki Mbule, and then it led me to be inspired to be a writer. 2001 I arrived at the University of Venda. While I was studying my Bachelor of Administration Management, I established a poetry club called Doyen Brides of the Poets, and then we won 3 awards. The first one was Leadership Awards, Participatory Merit Award, the 7th Annual African Arts Festival. So, buka ye ke ngwadileng ya Your Choice Shapes Your Destiny ke buka ye le gore I was encouraging the youth because I conducted a research about youth. Gore di choice or di kgetho tse re di tšeang gone jwana ke tše le gore di tlo affect 10 years later. So when you take a decision now, you must bear in mind that is the decision that is going to give you a fruitful life in the future or is going to take you in a drain. So I encourage people in order to have a good focus when you're taking the decisions.
Wow. That's a good thing to say, my leader. Re a go kwa re go kwešiša gabotse and tlhahlo ya gago ya kwagala gore leeto la go e tlogile ebile leeto le leng gore le interesting ke nagana gore ke dilo tse dintši tše o ithuteng tsone. Jale enke gore o tlhalosetša gannyane gore what is your word for people ba e leng gore they want to be on your journey of writing? Should they go to school or what is it actually? You tell us about writing.
Okay. Firstly, I can say there are 2 things that are very important in life. It's education and talent. So even our education system in South Africa is so saturated. It's not economically driven. So if we can try to balance the 2 sides, academics and non-academics. So the non-academics, we're talking about talents. And then academics, we're talking about education, bana ba le gore ba tloya sekolong, they are gifted in schools, so that they will able in order to flourish and then become chartered accountants, become nurses, doctors. But ba le gore go ga ba fiwa ka mo sekolong, they must able to use their talents. So like for instance in the arts industry or entertainment industry, all those artists that we have, 90% of them, they are so successful based on their talents. You can mention the Mzwaki, Master KG, Black Coffee. They won the international awards in different, so their life is so thriving and good, but based on talent. So some other people, and then they will drive themselves on education. But if you can able to combine the two, like for instance, when you come to soccer, we have got soccer players that they are doing well in life based on their talents. So, but they also have to bear in mind that education is important. They should play soccer and then also study. So that if something goes wrong on a talent side of soccer, and then they've got something to fall back, which is education. Like recently we had one of the soccer players, Helman Kelele, who went abroad and played, and then he went, had some other challenges in life because he didn't have the good planning. But he had a diploma in teaching, and then the teaching diploma saved him, and then in order to get a job.
Oh, wow. Okay. I would like to know about publishing, the process, who it involves. Are you an independent artist? Do you publish your own work?
Okay, when we come to publishing, firstly I started as a poet, and then I wrote poems, and then when I performed some of my fans, and then they encouraged me to say, record your poems, write books, and then I realized by 2016 I had 1,500 poems. So it was the time I decided to publish my first book titled In Life Success Does Not Come From a Vacuum. And then 2017 I did a second edition of it. And then I featured a poem titled No Woman, No Existence. And then it was followed by the book that we are discussing today, Your Choice Shapes Your Destiny. So when you come into publishing, first you have to acquire the knowledge and experience. I started as a poet, as a writer, or an author. And then I attended workshops, and then I accumulated that experience of publishing. Hence, I started to, my company, Manyaj Isaac Academy, which has a unit of publishing. So when you publish, you write a book, and then the manuscript, you have to put it on a computer, on a Word format, and then after you have done it, and then you send it to us, and then we check it, so that there are certain arrangement and technicalities that we have to look first. And then we also, because we are a self-publishing company, we give you the price. So when we give you the price, so we've got the 3 packages of publishing. So you choose the package that is suitable to you. And then after you choose it, and then you make a 45 to 50% of the payment. And then we start the process of arranging your books, editing your books, and layout. And then after we've done the layout, we send back to you. And then you check it. And then after you check it, and then you approve to say, okay, this book is good. And then we also show you the first version of your book, then the second version, where we did change and then did some arrangement based on the standard of publishing. And then after you agreed, and then you send the book back to us, or you just write us an email to say, no, I approved, I agree with how it looks. And then, so we arrange based on the full payment of the price that will be chosen. And then after that, we do the editing and layout. After layout, and then is where we are going to say, this is the book now, how it looks like, and then we design even the cover page of the book, and then we also send back to you, and then in order to have the understanding of how it goes.
No, we get the message very loud and clear, my leader. Actually, still on your book, there is something that comes to my mind as you explain exactly the journey in writing, the journey in marketing, the journey in so many things. Ga botsebotse dibuka tša gago di ngwadiwa ka leleme lefe, di hwetšagala kae, mogola wa tsona ga botsebotse wena gore ke a o lebelela ko mohuta mang o di bona di ya kae like ka life, where do you see yourself as a writer in starting from here?
Dibuka jaaka ke ngwala mostly 90% ke ngwala ka Sekgowa ka English. I've got a poem se tse le gore go ke di ngwadile ka Sepedi, but they are less.
Yes.
And then we are in a process of translating the books to other African languages, so that we diversify our work in order to reach a huge volume of people to get that particular information. Our books, lucky enough, I can say it also draws based on the personal branding, because it's one of the important elements. When you engage with people, you engage with community, they know, they become aware of you. They become aware of your work and your talent. So when you bring a product or you publish a book, so they already have a certain niche of saying this particular person has done 1, 2, 3. So you have the followers who will able to purchase your book. So, and then our books, like enough, Wits University have all my books. They bought them for all the 5 main libraries. UJ University, they bought my books for all their 4 campuses. And then Regions Business School at Santen, they bought my books. And then 2 professors from Mangosuthu University of Technology, they bought my books, they used them. And then some of the individual people, they bought my books, they used them. Even our former State President Tabombeg and then reads my books. So those are some of the elements that when you build
What is success? What is success? What is
able
success?
to flourish. So even intended to say the books must go in the schools. So we are in a process of registering the books based on the selection panels in order to be in the schools. And then even on Amazon, you can get our books on Amazon, smashwords.com, and then Kindle, you can get the books. You can get them from me on Facebook, even on my contact. So it's how it goes in a nutshell.
So your Facebook account, it's the same names that you are addressing yourself on the book covers and everything?
It's just a
different handle.
My account name is Rudolph Munyela.
Yeah.
Yes, so when you go there and then you'll get all the information. I don't want to complicate people giving Twitter, all those things. I have the accounts, but the main one is Facebook. When you go to Facebook, you get all my contact details. Everything is there. So it's how you can access me in a nutshell.
You were answering my second question about personal brand. So I will ask, this one is very, very tough. It's an emotional state that we're facing in this country. Gender-based violence. What is your point of view on it? What do you think about it? What is wrong that needs to be fixed in this country?
Okay, coming to that one, I'm also a gender-based activist. So I've done a lot of research and presentations about that particular topic, because in most cases, my poems, some they are talking about their personal experiences. Some I research. Some people approach me and then ask me to say, well, I've got 1, 2, 3 problems. And then how can you advise? So based on that particular narratives is where I draw the strength and information to write about it. If you can check in my first book titled In Life Success Does Not Come From a Vacuum, I've got a poem titled Women and Children, where I'm talking about the importance of women, for men to love and respect women and children. So that particular importance of that poem, it also cite or quote Bible, Genesis 2, verse 21 to 24. So so that is one of the relevancy that I need people to understand. But after that particular poem, it won many awards. And then people started to come to me to say, but it's like everything is focusing on women. So what about us as men? And then I started to research. And then I found I've got a very, very traumatic stories that people, men are suffering based on some other issues that their partners or sisters, parents, they do. But they don't have a platform in order to go and voice their issues. Hence, some they react in killing, abusing, because it's something that they experience that particular situation. So they react in order to exploit or heal on women and children. So that is part of the element that I researched about the gender-based violence. I wrote a 14-page letter to the President Ramaphosa, sitting about that. I've got another poem titled, "Is Life Sentence a Cure or a Solution?" Because our president said, with his cabinet said, no, we are going to revoke those cases. Men who raped or whatever killed, they are going to be imprisoned or life sentence and all those things. But my take is that it's not a solution.
Yeah.
You should prevent it before it happens. You see, because if you're going to sentence somebody who already killed somebody, it's not a solution. What are you solving?
Exactly.
Because engage these men and then find out the problems that they encountered, that it makes them in order to give those angers to innocent people. So if you can give a man platform to voice their issues, when they go to police stations, they must feel comfortable to raise those issues, because we are police station,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So those people, they end up caging those angers and issues. Like somebody told me to say, in South Africa, everything is about women. We're talking about the Department of Women and Disability. We're talking about Women's Day. We're talking about Women's Month. There is nothing that is talking about men. So we as men, where are we going to present our issues? So I'm encouraging people to say, if a woman has done something wrong, condemn it. If a man done something wrong, condemn it. Don't take a side and then to say, no, women are vulnerable. All of us are vulnerable. So you may find that some may find that I've got that physical strength to beat a woman. But women are, I used to tell people to say, women naturally, they are the initiators, men are reactors. So women initiate, men react. Women, they kill silently, men kill publicly.
What a deal.
A woman plans for you to be killed. If you can check those men or people who are killed, the plan came from women. A woman will hire somebody to go and kill that particular person. She doesn't go herself.
To get to this point, because you have a lot of information, you're well informed when it comes to different kind of things as a writer. I believe those kind of things, they are there in your books. As much as you said you have written a lot of books, though you didn't say how many of them, but I understand it's a couple of them. So on the basis of you are a coach, or on the basis of coaching, because I see on your profile or you're doing those kind of things, is it a coaching in sports or coaching in what? Clarify on that.
No, we've got a coaching in different disciplines or different areas. Like we've got a life coaching, we've got business coaching, we've got soccer coaching, so they differ. Like myself, I also do a life coaching and relationship coaching.
Yeah.
So and then we engage the issues, and then like if there are couples, and then we sit down and then we talk about, or even if somebody comes as an individual, you lay out. Like for instance, I had a case where a certain woman, I was doing an admission in schools, and then a certain woman were filling a form. She was supposed to tick to say it was on the marital status, married or single, and then she was unable to tick. And then I get irritated to say, no, you're taking my time, there is a long queue outside, I need to help these people, but why don't you just tick? And then he said, no, I'm married, but I can't tick. And then I said, what's wrong? When I checked, and then I found that she has a ring. And then we started to engage it. And then it was the time she revealed the situation to say, my husband abuses me. But when I checked and went in details, I found that she was the one who caused the abuse. Because the man gave her 500 rand to go to pay account in one of the clothing stores.
Yeah.
After she paid the account, the slip said you may still buy for 12,500. She spent 9,000 rand. She didn't tell the husband. She went home. After 2 days, the husband saw an SMS from the shop saying, this month your monthly installment is going to be 1,495 from 500 rand. And then the man was amazed and surprised to see what's going on here. After he knocked off, he went to the store, and then the store printed the receipt of the items that the wife bought. And then he went home, and then he asked the wife, and then the wife, and she didn't want to disclose it. And then he pulled out the SMS and then the receipt. It was the time she confessed. So that particular man, unfortunately later he was blacklisted because he was unable to pay the account or to buy grocery in home because the woman told me, she said, he was no longer giving money to do my hair and all those things. We are no longer living the life as before. Because when I talk and then he says, the money goes to the account because you took the money to the account. So that's kind of the situation. And then it's the emotional abuse, it's a financial abuse. Because the woman started this, if the man, and then now she's suffering also. With the kids, she's suffering too. Because of what she cost. So that's why I'm saying when you do these things, you have to balance. My question everywhere when I ask, especially women, I said, what have you done? What did you do to this person to react? You can't stay with somebody for 10 years and then at 11 years and then he started to abuse you. But in the past 10 years, he didn't show any sign of abuse.
Hearing exactly what you're saying, my leader, we understand the whole thing. We are learning a lot, actually. It's going deep and deep and deep. Hence, you said you are a life coach and different kinds of coaching you do. Yes, like, do you guys have an organization or a state somewhere more long where people can meet, a place, I mean, like, or maybe a contact that you can, help these kind of people who wrong the others and act like they're victims, or those who just victimize other people for no reason? I mean, just
I
before.
have got a company titled MIA, Manyaja Isaac Academy, in North Riding. We host events like, for instance, an event like this one. So sometimes we book the halls where we host those events, and then we give the mentoring, we give educational advisory. So there are different projects that we are doing because we are doing leadership and management capacity building. We are doing life coaching, we are doing mentoring, we are doing educational and career advisory, and then we are doing this one of life and life coaching. And then, so there are different elements that we are doing, or projects. So we've got, if I can say now, we've got more than 100 learners that we assisted. That now they are the directors, lawyers, and then that we assisted to go to school, to apply, to get bursaries, and then even to choose their careers. Because in most cases, we as the black communities, most of the youth will reach grade 12 without knowing the careers that we want to do. And then one of the elements in China, when they identify talents, the watches, what we have, the gadgets that we have. In China, they take a hall like this one. They throw different items, and then they take keys, and then they put them, and then they close, and then they go. After a certain period, they come back. They will find somebody busy with a book. Somebody will be busy with a machine. Somebody will be busy with their... So they identify and spot those talents at the early childhood field. So when they grow, they know that we channel this child, we take this child to this particular institution because he's passionate, he loves this. But in our community, our parents force us to do certain careers. We find that we don't have those abilities and strength and passion about it. You do them in order to please your parents, and then after that you become redundant. And then later on you have to do something that you love.
That's
we're going to be tuning into our sister now. Publish her own book, A Diary of a Black Girl Child, that I want to know about a lot because I'm a black girl. I would like to know, what are the challenges you faced as a black girl in a black community, that made you write this book?
Right. My name is Janta, as she said. This book is personal. The thing that makes it so personal, it's because of this thing. It's still there. It does not go away. A Diary of a Black Girl Child, it's actually my diary. I started writing it last year around August. It's been published very, very quick. And then my love for writing started at a very young age. When I was around about 12 years, 10 years, I would go around at schools picking up books that are thrown out, and my mom would always complain, hey, you senzela makundwana, usenzela maphela ngalezi ncwadi zakho. I like books. Ne? I would read. Whenever I would get time, I would read. And then there was this time when I was doing matric, and then they said we should write an essay about something. You can choose a topic from anywhere. And then I wrote this essay about a guy who came home and find out that the wife is having an affair with the brother, and the brother killed them. And then the teacher asked me out of class. She came and took me out of class and said, no, you might have experienced this. Where do you take this from? And I was like, I just sat down, and then you said we must be creative, and I was being creative about it. And then that's when I realized. And then she told me that, okay, if you say you did not see it anyway, then you are a writer. And then I just did not take her seriously. I said, okay, because I'm still going to school. And then one day I was sleeping. I was like, yo, things are not going right. Let me just write something down.
Yeah.
I took a pen. I wrote. And then the thing that I wrote is, it was like I was asking God that, God, you can see that this life that I'm living, it's not working. Why don't you just take me to option B? I agree in life there's A. If A fails, then we must just go to B. And I was like asking him. And then I wrote like full 2 pages, and then I closed them, then I put it into the cupboard again. And then one day I woke up. I decided to download Word onto my phone.
Yeah.
Whenever I would go to work, I would write. Whenever I came back from work, I would sleep maybe for an hour, then I would wake up, then I would write. I'm not a TV person. I just like movies when I have time, but then I would write. And then I wrote this book in a period of like 6 months. It was done. Everything was there. And then I said, you know what, now I'm looking for a publisher. And then that's when I finally met with Mr. Rudolph.
Okay.
And then that's where the book came from.
Wow, that's a nice story. It's a beautiful thing to get to be with you guys, because we learn different things just of today. Muigarai, don't forget to be liking our page as Cullinan Television. We have a group, we have a page. For any information that you would like to know about us and how to do many things with regard to art, book, and all these things, you inbox us. We will give you the whole insight. So, Ndlandla, as you are here, I have a question for you with regard to what actually she partially said, marketing. In broad, tell us about marketing. What are the experiences? What are the requirements to market your books, or just anything about to distribute your books and get them out there? What path did you go through, like your journey in this?
That's one of my skills. I don't even know where I get it from, but I'm very good. I sold 50 books in a week. It was out. No one believed that, I sold 100 books in 2 months.
Hey.
I have confidence in approaching people. I have confidence. I would find people just sitting around doing nothing. Then I would come and say, hi guys, how are you? My name is Ndlandla. I wrote this book. This is me. And then, can you please, it's 130, it's cheap, you see. And then people, because I'm a friendly person, they just happen to say, no, we like the book. Please give us the book. And then it went on and on and on, and then that built confidence into me talking about the book, because they would always say, what's the book about? And I was like, it's my story. And they say, no, we don't want to know about your story. And I'm like, no, my story is different. You can know so many stories, but mine, trust me, it's different.
Wow. Okay. I would love to know your reason for writing the book. Is the book about you personally, your personal experiences, or you were inspired by somebody you grew up with, that whatever it is that you wrote about in the book happened to them and you decided to make it into an artwork?
Okay. The reason why I wrote this book, I wanted to heal. The burden was too much for me to carry alone. Not that I'm saying I'm the only person who has went through what I wrote into the book, but my weight, it was just too much. So I sat down and said, okay, because I can't approach the person who has done, let me just put it straight, I can't approach the person who has raped me. I don't have power. And I believe that there's a lot of children, there's a lot of girls at home who are still going through that. You see, I just sat down and say, I want to heal, and I want people to heal through reading. If I give you my story, that this is what I've went through, or if you read the book, you'll be able to protect a girl. From a person who has read that book, they have it that these people, they need to be protected because they go through a lot. And then some parents, they are ignorant, they don't take them seriously. Not that I'm saying they are not good, but they never take things, they just say, kingwana man, kingwana, retlamona. Kanti while ngwana is going through a lot.
And it's black parents.
It's black parents,
Yeah,
hence it
exactly.
says black girl child.
And in this book writing, like, who's your target actually? Can anyone read your books, or like of any tribe, of any age? And then where can your books be found? Because Mr. Munyela on our left here explained that his own work can be found on Amazon and other digital stores, and also can be found in universities and so. So where now, tell us about your work. Is it on the very same distribution line? And how do someone get to get hold of your book?
Okay, for now, I still have the book. So if you want my book, you can just go to my Facebook page. It's Ntlantangele. Then you just send me a message. Then I can send the book to you, even if you Limpopo.
Yeah.
I just send it to you, and then that's it. If you close, then I just deliver the book, and I make it so nice because I even write it, sign it for you.
Yes.
You get the exclusive, yeah.
Wow, that's great. So like anyone can just read it. It's in a language
Yeah,
that everybody
anyone can just
understand,
read
or-
it. It's interesting, and once you start at page 1, you go to 2. You ushisa namapoto while having
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's
So
a great, yeah.
it's a guy
Uh-huh.
or a lady. More especially, you get ladies who connect. But I've realized the abantu abathenga incwadi so far, it's not only ladies. The guys, they also read the book, and then they came back to me to say, really? If anomntwana wentombazana uba like, you know what, ngiyothatha umntwana manje angisafuna umbona umntwana makushaya usisohloko uyahamba uye endlini. It's like everyone can read the book. Parents, like, that is why we are in a process into taking it to school.
Yeah.
So that nabantwana bafunde, so that they be aware that rape is there and rape is real. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Do you have any further questions?
I do. In fact, it's like, you know what? It's an interesting thing that these guys are doing. So my question actually is all about, like, you know, in book writing, we do have people who wants to write, don't know how to start. We have people by Langore, they have written, their books are not edited or never been checked in some way, or maybe been checked, but it's with them at home. They don't have a way out, or they want to start writing. What is a vital word or message or anything that you want to give out to those out there who wants to be like you and write their own books? Should they write about their personal experiences? Should they write about what? Just anything with regard to writing, madam.
I will start by saying talents come in so many ways.
Yes.
I'm good at writing stories, but I realized that I'm not good at poems. With poems, I'm not so good.
Yeah.
But at stories, I'm
Yeah.
a good storyteller. So we're different. And then art is different as its own.
Yeah.
I can take a pen and a paper and just start writing. You can just sit and write on your mind. You understand? It's different. But what I can say to somebody, or funa ukbala, it's simple. I just want to say start.
Just stop.
Just start. You'll see which one uphelela, but if you can just take a pen and paper, then write.
Yeah.
Then there's information, mind you. We have a lot of things. We have cell phones. If you wanna, you know, teach yourself about things, you go around asking, this is what I'm doing. Guys, I need help. And you say, that's what I did when I met with Ntate Isaac.
Okay.
Manama, we're still here to give you a lot of things like I said, still go back to our Cullinan television page on Facebook, group on Facebook and other social platforms. So before we wrap up this show, I just want to say to our guests that we thank you for coming through and giving us, lightening us with regard to book writing and all those, you understand? So but then my last say is that, Mr. Manyela, is there anything that after the whole discussion with your books you would like to say before we wrap up?
Yes, thanks very much for this opportunity from Cullinan TV and the staff. What I want to say, especially we as the black community,
Yes.
we should learn to support each other. That's one of the elements that I want to say. So because when you check in different tribes, the whites and others, and then they support each other.
Yeah.
So if we can try to support each other, when somebody come with a product, like in my case, most people they say I'm rich or I have money, and then I don't have money. I've got one principle that some people they started to notice. I'm this kind of a person. I can walk on the street or drive on the street and then see somebody selling something or mango, lefela, whatever, anything.
Whatever that, yeah.
And then I'll stop and buy. And then not because I need it by that time.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I can buy them. But what I did, I supported that particular business. When you come to music industry, now we are in a digital space.
Yeah.
We go online and all those things. But previously, you find that they were issuing CDs and cassettes. When somebody sit down and compose a song, there are a lot of segments and resources that they are pulled together for that particular person. When you go and pirate that particular CD or a cassette, you are reaping the future of that particular person's income and kids and all those things. In the later stage, you say, no, this person was so famous, but now he's broke and all those things. But you forgot that you were part of the person, people who victimize him or robbed his, because you pirated the work.
The work, yeah, sure.
So, but if you contributed, you bought it, and then you gave the person something to put on table.
A chance of.
So those are kind of the elements that I need when I buy things. Like myself, I've got CDs in my house. I've got a portion of CDs. I've got library in my house. So I buy books, and then I'm not just buying because I need it, and then I buy it. And then another element is to say, we as the black community, the whites, they get deals and businesses based on the networking. They go to golf clubs, they play golfs. But the main purpose is not playing golf, is to meet people and network in order to share ideas and talents. And then, so you meet somebody, you need a publisher. You don't know who to approach. When you go there and then you meet Kamurel or whoever, and then the person does publishing, is where you get the opportunity to publish your work. So I encourage we as the black community should, if they say there is a community meeting here, go there and attend. You don't have a reason to say, no, this community meeting, they are talking about 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Go there, you meet people, you engage. Like myself, lastly, when I got a job where I'm working full time, I was going to schools. Every Wednesday I was going to school to do motivational talks, public speaking, and poetry. In the schools, I was volunteering every Wednesday. I was rotating the schools. And then until when the Department of Education noticed me. And then they eventually gave me their contact details, the directors and managers gave contact details. When they have the road shows in my areas, and then they will invite me. With an official letterhead to say, we invite you to be part of this panel or part of this work. So when I started to do my TV shows from 2009, when I reached at Urban Brew Studios, I just told them that, no, I'm a poet and motivational speaker. And then they took my details, and then since from then I've been on their database. When they come with a show, and then they will just send me a shuttle, and then they give me the slot, and then I prepare. And then I
That's
go.
actually amazing.
So the networking and support each other is something that is very paramount in order to make us to be successful.
Re a leboga, re leboga. Sebaka sa lena le motsotso o le re fileng ona. Just as you heard, reading and writing is important. Education is important. So I'm gonna enjoy myself. But this one, I don't know about you. I don't know about you. But then yes, re leboga. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Karabo King.
It's your boy, still the same, Kmas, aka Joedy. Tune in on all the sessions that we are going to be having. Thanks a lot, viewers. Enjoy your time.
God bless and goodbye.
Being black is fatal, it's cancer. Police gang on us like gangsters. This breed must be suicidal. Look what they did to Rosa Parks for sitting on the bus. Some get cuffed because they are too dark. Black is wretched. What they did to black is cruel. And we still can't run from being African. Quite frank, I'm shameless like the Gallagher's. I camp in the underground like caskets. Cast lyrical unrest when I slam kids. Can't cope with this. This content is reserved like the National Bank. Mystery plays myth, history pays the bill, and justice is still a mystic. Sometimes a snake like Moses stick. I scribe what I like. It's a crime when I recite, serve mics, savage rhymes. Sick when I bust like switch pipes. Monosyllable, so indelible. It's incredible how money is edible and the poor nibble through the rubble. And freedom is still a parable. So I hide behind the microphone subtle. Can't silence me like a subtitle. I'm loud. I watch as suns suckle cycles. Virginity's hanged like crucifix. Divinity reduced to cubicle. Oh, dear ear, my syntax swings X. Moneyholics still crack when we pickpockets. Search warrants, harass my wallet. Month end so wretched, can't budget. When faced with school fees, salaries tend to petty cash. It's so unpleasant. And some men are filthy rich. It is disgusting. The poor taste luxury in cheese, and cheese is for the camera. So skyscrapers snatch souls like Grim Reaper. The lower work class rape crumbs incomes are bittersweet like ram. The poor shall inherit prayer. Microphone cable cut me able, label me stable. I nibble on Africa's nipple and the milk is unbearable. I bear parables, break syllables, schema syllamo. Say, I envy the dare I. Envy the dare I, envy the dare I, envy the dare I, envy the dare I. Yeah. They'll forfeit being black. They'll forfeit being black. They'll settle for rents and brands that brand ignorance. They'll forfeit being black. They'll forfeit being black. They'll settle for rents and brands that brand ignorance. We hang in the city like scarecrows. Eat potholes and billboards of Nando's. Going down a racial black hole. This red hole is my asshole. 4IR got the economy in ER. 5G technology enhanced white monopoly. Who runs pharmaceutics, political cosmetics? This pandemic is propaganda. Being black is toxic. I'm drowsy, drowning in the meaning. I'm down deep underground. Scout the way out, escape from dungeons warehouse. I am a pro. You can hear when I flow. Slow, low tone, stone foes choke on the god like a virgin learning to blow. Pennies, I'm slick. I'll lick at late cannibalism when I spit sick. My tummy volcanic. I'm catastrophic. Vomit and pain on my string. Stroke. Welcome to dope. Free zone. Schizophrenic dome. We roam where real writers block. Egos. Black consciousness is a stream. We swim. We're struggle heroes. Drowned like Biko. The ghetto. Homes your soul. Your tomb. Stones. History's cold. Where Solomon's ghost. Host pathos of Bantu, treason, toast freedom, and Chris is sold for a bit of honey. Lately, Robin Hood robs the hood, so I envy the day I, 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 yeah, ah, kite. Drop dead when I climb the stage, I'm insane. Like a ragey bull, I break shackles, I'm lunatic. Poetic, dyslexic, mental paraplegic, I'm sick. Psychokinetic, I mind shift like yoga. I'm elastic, verbal gymnastics when I spit. Literature thesis, I cripple. Lyrical expendable, it's impeccable how I pack syllables. I'm dressed in loudness. Silence is a dreadful act. We don't drench in the stench of quiet when mischievous misfits mislead us like Bantu, miseducation, miscarried prematurely. This rainbow nation, so this is blacks only content with shades of white in colored sections. China sees who are prejudiced be kicking it. Asia chilling in Europeans only privilege, and Africa is a whole. Every man comes and goes. Some even pamper like Elizabeth I, and with the there 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 I. Hey, hey, hey.
I am black coffee with curves of brown sugar, a spoon of chocolate. I am soul food, a wombed man, the rib of an African king. I am the golden crown of the cosmos. I am a full moon or a sunset. I am light, a spark. I am a flame, a bonfire. I am fireworks. How generations of exceptionally beautiful, talented, and patient people worked and worked and worked.